everyone. It's time for another hour of exciting wrestling from Hollywood Legion Stadium, wrestling capital of the world.
8 p.m., Verne Gagne's final title defense. By the way, as you know, Verne Gagne Day in Minneapolis, St. Paul, and a lot of comments this past week coming. We're going to be showing you some from Mr. Warmth, Don Rickles himself from the Carlton Celebrity Room, Mayor Don Fraser of Minneapolis, Ron Maddox from St. Paul speaking for Mayor George Latimer, and Governor Al Quie. Let's take a look at these.
Hi, I'm Don Rickles, and I'm sitting in the dressing room of the Carlton Theater at the time of this taping here between Minneapolis and St. Paul and Milwaukee and Omaha and Wisconsin, wherever it is. I'm in this place, and Verne Gagne, the great champion wrestler, well, his people came to me and begged me to say nice things about a man who I definitely feel is through in everything, not only wrestling, in business, in personality. The man is what we call in America a big bomb. And he's going to retire now. He should have retired 30 years ago, but I've met his wife, Mary, and he wants to be out of the house a lot. He's a wonderful guy, Verne, if he could hear you and understand you. The man has ears turned upside down. He makes Dr. Spock look handsome. This man is a bad-looking fella. He's the champion, but you'll never know it. He's still got leather marks on his face from some of his big matches. It's true Verne was in the 1948 Olympics as a flag carrier. That's how he got that double hernia. The pole was too long for the body. And so I would like to say with all sincerity, I never want to meet Verne Gagne again. He advised me on Dwayne Bobrick being the next heavyweight champion of the world. So you know how things went for me. Dwayne Bobrick is a big favorite in this area. He's still on the canvas. When I left, the count was 51. And Verne said, he will get up. So, to you, Verne, after an illustrious career of 32 years, I really wish you the best. You're basically a charming guy and a great champion. And I sincerely trust and know that all your friends will miss you in the world of wrestling. I certainly won't. But don't go to by me because I never watch wrestlers. I think most of them have a problem. So good luck to you, Verne, and don't make another comeback. Don't.
Well, Verne Gagne, the tributes coming in from across the nation. It's quite a day thus far for you.
Well, I certainly do deeply appreciate all the kind words here from the governor, Mayor Fraser, and Ron Maddox representing Mayor Latimer in St. Paul. And for you, Don Rickles, now that I'm retiring, maybe I'll become a comedian.
Well, I'll tell you what, Verne.
Now, if he was here, of course, he'd have something to say about that.
A big day for you, Verne. Concentration on your title defense tonight.
Well, it's a...
Following up all those congratulations, Verne, let me take a second here. Gene, phone calls and telegrams, of course, coming in from all over. And Verne, I know you'd be interested in this one. We just got this in. It's from Ed Asner.
Oh.
And Ed says, congratulations to Verne and to his family on his big day, Sunday, May 10th. Sorry I couldn't be there, but now that you are retiring, maybe we'll find more time to make Wrestler 2. How about that? From Ed Asner.
Very good. Thank you, Al DeRusha.
Well, Wrestler 2 will come down the road a little bit later, but right now, Gene, I've got this big one here, and probably May 10th has always been a day for me for some reason or other. I remember graduating from school on May 10th, going in the Marine Corps on May 10th, getting out of the Marine Corps on May 10th, starting my wrestling career on May 10th, and now my last match on May 10th. So
there is one thing, Verne, the importance, the significance of this day. Something has been added, however, that I want to point out to the fans. A mandate coming down from AWA President Stanley Blackburn out of the headquarters in Amarillo, Texas. Very unusual. Your final title defense, now all of a sudden, the no disqualification clause has been thrown in on this one. Explain, if you would.
Well, Gene, I don't know what Bobby Heenan pulled off here, and I assume it's between Bachman and Heenan that put the pressure on by, I guess, telling Stanley Blackburn and the committee that if that was very easy for me to go out there and hold on to the title if the disqualification rule was not lifted. And it's been a rule in the AWA for years and years, and suddenly this last match that I'm going to have, it's obvious that they really want this title to change hands. I'm going to tell you and everyone out there that Verne Gagne is not going to go out a loser. I'm going to just scratch, claw, bite, whatever I have to do to hang on to this thing. I have to watch not getting to be disqualified in it. I think that is one area that Bockwinkel is going to try to exploit by that name to push me into disqualification. However, I've trained as hard as I've ever trained before. I'm ready for this match. I know what it means, Gene. It means my whole career, period. All wrapped up here on May 10th.
All right. Verne Gagne, from Marty O'Neill, myself, Roger Kent. It's been a great time.
And I really got to thank everyone, Wally Carbo, the late Tony Stecker many years ago, who started me here in Minneapolis, Marty O'Neill, and everyone else that associated with wrestling, the media, people like yourself, Gene. Thank you. And it's been a great one. Thank you.
There he goes, fans. The world's heavyweight champ and the night of the champion tonight in St. Paul for Verne Gagne's final title defense.
Like I've said before, you got to get up pretty early in the morning to outsmart me. Well, Marty O'Neill and them thought they outsmarted me by sticking me in the six-man tag for me risking injury. But I pulled off something in professional wrestling nobody's ever done. I'm the one that got that rule put in, that if Verne Gagne tonight gets disqualified in any fashion, any form, he loses the championship of the world. That was my doing. I went to Stanley Blackburn and all the head stewards of the AWA, and I pulled it off.
Verne Gagne, you said you were going to scrape, claw, bite, do whatever you can to hang on to the championship. This is probably the most important match in your entire life. It is the end of your career one way or the other. That same momentum that has brought everything to the focus of the attention of the world, of political people, of friends, of relatives, of family, everything that has pointed to this moment and this life and this day for you is also for me. Because I can do two great things on this day. I can become the world's heavyweight champion again, which I deserve and should be. And by taking it away from you, by defeating you, I get all that glory and all that hype that has gone into this day of yours. Now, I want you to realize something. They didn't want you to get disqualified and sneak off into the sunset with the championship. So that you've got a lot to lose by getting disqualified. The match, and you don't get to keep the championship if you get disqualified. So I am going to take, and with everything I've ever had, my cunning, my shrewd, my articulateness, my suaveness in the ring, my cool, I am going to push you, my man. I'm going to push you harder than you've ever been pushed in your life. Because I want to become the world's heavyweight champion. I can taste it in my mouth. My saliva glands are flowing because I want it as bad as you want to keep it.
You think Verne Gagne was nervous his first match? He's more nervous right now, I can guarantee that. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you have a new heavyweight champion.
Thank you very much. The big one tonight at the...